Hi Minna, this is the Mythomat with another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battles. So, I have been far away from home for this last couple of days, so all the videos that you have seen during this week have been pre-recorded before I went into a business trip into Amsterdam. By the way, fantastic city, it was really fun. And so, just the day I arrived back to my home, I just got one of the best news ever about the EZA of LR Attack Goku and Vegeta that fuse into Gogeta. This is my favorite character, Gogeta, Super Saiyan Gogeta, even more than Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. And I really like the card, I really like the animation, and also of LR Physical Janemba, in my opinion, one of the best villain in the Dragon Ball universe. So we also got information, a producer letter with more information about the sync and also about the roadmap until the 10th anniversary. So Minna, by the way, if you enjoyed this video, please leave like and subscribe to the channel, as I'm trying to reach 200 subs until the end of the year. So I'm not sure, I was considering to do one or two video, one talking about the producer letter and the other one talking about the EZA, but maybe I'm just going to do a big video about those three aspects. So if you have already seen the producer letter and you want to see the details and my take on how good is the EZA for LR Tech Gogeta and LR Physical Janemba, you can move forward on the video. So let's just start by watching, and I will go to comment a little bit about the video regarding the producer letter. So here it is. Okay, and let's.
Hello, salut, annyeonghaseyo, ni hao, guten tag, hola. Hi to everyone all around the world. I'm Omatsu, main producer of Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle.
Hi everyone, I'm Ken, a member of the Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle staff. Did you enjoy the worldwide celebration Heated Showdown campaign?
So.
This year, as the theme for parts 1
very
to
good
3 of the
character.
campaign,
I would say that a little bit
lackluster
lackluster in terms of the events.
Trilogy and characters such as Goku and Gohan who faced him.
This time, we are bringing you the latest info to mark the end of the worldwide celebration Heated Showdown campaign, as well as detailing the update schedule until the 10th anniversary and more.
Let's dive right into the newest info on the worldwide celebration Heated Showdown campaign. This time, from the countdown on, we have implemented events that focused on the movies.
Saw that.
Starting with Garlic Jr.'s banner illustration on day 1 of the countdown, we held a 7-day event looking back at previous movies. And as you all know, we focused on Broly from the Dragon Ball Z movie trilogy in the Worldwide Celebration campaign.
And that was a very good pick.
We have a final edition of Extreme Z.
The way you handled character was very good. Okay,
let's introduce the characters to be Extreme Z Awakened.
You might have already realized it.
Yeah, there was some discussion that if it could be Namekoku and full power Frieza.
Awakened.
That was one of also the
They
picks.
are Fusion Reborn, Goku Angel, and
nice.
Vegeta Angel. And
although
Boiling Evil,
that
Super
could
Janemba.
mean that we could be
after featuring Dragon Ball Z Fire Broly in part 3 of the Worldwide
Namek Saga 10th
campaign.
anniversary?
We will be focusing on Dragon Ball Z Fusion Reborn, bringing you these two
Frieza
characters
being like one of the main
characters
character in the game.
We will announce their abilities at a later date, so make sure to check them out. Plus, with this time's Extreme Z Awakenings, we are adding new stages to Dragon Ball Z
like a
Memorable Battles Movie Edition.
I don't recall to see that
we have
Gogeta
prepared
pose.
skill orbs exclusive to the
so
two
we will have
characters
we will have
so
exclusive skill orbs for Janemba and to Gogeta.
Info.
So we would also
We
like
already
to
have
go over our progress
the details about them. I
on
will
the
talk
update schedule
right after
to the
this
10th
part.
anniversary, as well as provide some in-game info as mentioned earlier.
Okay, here they
First, here is the
Give us a
schedule.
lot of information.
We announced the in-game content up to the unification of operation schedules before. And this time, it will be the content from the unification of operation schedules to the 10th anniversary. Please take a look. This time, we will reveal in-game info up until the 10th anniversary. The main key points are in-game event info, in-game updates, summon formats for future summons held in user campaigns. Let's get started. I'll leave it to Ken for more details.
I can.
I got
Take
you.
it from now.
First, here is the in-game event info. Bardock, who debuted in Quest Dokkan Story Chapter 6 in May,
so
can
Bardock
be Dokkan Awakened
will be
in October,
an LR.
and the Dokkan Awakening of Frieza Final Form
Although Frieza
will be
will
available
not.
at a later date. Please
Later
look
date,
forward
Frieza.
to their Dokkan Battle exclusive animations as well as their Awakened new form. Next up, we have this.
Bardock.
The
Could
countdown
be Bardock
campaign
with
for the 10th
somebody
anniversary.
else.
10th anniversary is
Cool.
approaching. Coin collecting campaign is on. As we mentioned before, starting from this worldwide celebration campaign, the schedules of the Japanese version and the international version have been unified. This means that this campaign, as well as the 10th anniversary itself, will be held at the same time as the Japanese version. Let's all celebrate and enjoy the 10th anniversary with the users worldwide. This campaign will continue until January. Every month, there will be different missions that focus on various characters that appeared during the specific time periods. For example, we'll focus on characters who were released up until the 2nd anniversary in October.
8 and 9. Okay.
In November, we'll focus on characters who were released between the end of the 2nd anniversary and the end of the 4th anniversary. We have planned so that veteran players can relive their experience playing with characters during those periods.
Okay, wow.
You can trade items obtained through missions for awesome rewards such as Dragon
I
Stones,
guess we would
so
be
don't forget to clear the missions every month.
would have missions to use like
Plus, certain characters will
all
be
the character.
in November
And they will be
December
strengthened.
for limited
Nice.
time. So please wait a little
Oh,
more.
that would be cool.
Enjoy challenging
That
events
would be cool.
with your favorite characters.
Next up, let's look at the update info.
This is the update of the character details page. We plan to also update this gradually in the 10th anniversary. But here are two main updates for now.
Firstly, we will visualize the number of times certain actions were performed in battle.
Like
There is
attacks
the
and
actual in-game
defense and
The number of attacks performed,
wow, that's cool.
super attacks performed, hits received, guards in evasions.
As you
will
know,
be
we have a
displayed
lot of
separately, and
a
the
lot of
total
passives.
will be updated as the
We
battle
need to know
progresses.
how many attacks did we do,
You
how many
might
attacks
have
we
encountered
received.
situations like how many times did I
Yeah,
vote
exactly,
in counting
Ken.
passive skills with conditions
That's
such
true.
as evade,
Normally I
blah,
use
blah
paper
times,
too.
in which you have to manually
Yeah,
count them.
manually count, then I use paper.
With this addition, you can keep a better track of
Oh,
skill
that's
activation
very,
conditions
very good.
in battle.
Wow.
Secondly, we added a details button for the passive skill section in the character details page. Until now, you have to hold the passive skill button
yeah, that's good.
to view the details, which have made it hard to see depending
Most of the
on
time when
section
you do
wanted
this,
to
then
check
you will have your
or the
finger on top of
description
it,
being
or
too long.
yeah, that's very good.
However, with this update, you can easily check the details of the passive skill.
Yeah, and some of them are like.
Moreover,
Oh.
for minor fixes,
Okay, so they are
we have
also going to
remade
change
some
the
of the
icons.
With the new design, they are now easier to distinguish in one glance.
Okay.
That's all
Okay.
for the UI improvements.
Let me just go back just to see, because obviously we are very used to see those kinds of icons. So now, let me just get back to a couple of things. So this is very, very good. So I was saying when we saw that if you know, like for example, some passive where you need to take a couple of hits, you need to do X amount of super attack or attacks, and you need to keep track of that to have some kind of condition to an active skill or something like that, for example, or to, if you are fully built up or something like that, and you have to count it by head. So now you will have that detail. That's very good. Then this is like when you hit this, normally you will have your finger in top of the information, and with those very long passive, now you can just click it and you will have that displayed on top of you. That's very good. Regarding the icons, that's a thing that normally could be a little bit more difficult because we are so used to those icons in terms of stun, in terms of sealing. But look, the color is the same, it feels like very cool. Turn delay makes more sense than this, and even sealing, if you think, makes sense, and interruption make also a lot of sense. So I think those icons, we will get used to them pretty quickly. Okay, so that was it
for this time,
the UI.
But we will keep on considering further improvements.
And that's
in order
very
to
good.
let
And
players have a better gaming experience.
That's very most
Next
likely.
Up, we have info
very
on
good
the
thing.
changes to the Greatest Warrior.
Okay, that's the event where
We
you get
designed
DSLR, the
Greatest
physical
Warrior
Goku.
for new Dokkan Battle players
Yeah.
to learn the basics of the
at
game.
the time they did
through
that
these
so we
panel
could
missions.
understand some missions.
However, there were some issues, such
Okay.
as having too many missions that take a long time to complete,
Okay.
having a hard time clearing events with the recruited LR Goku and powering up characters recruited from summons.
Yeah, the team is not
Too
good
much
enough.
content are available after clearing the missions, making it hard to know what to do next.
That means they're listening to
So, we are planning to implement the following adjustments, allowing players to clear the missions at a better pace.
Those are new.
Players can recruit 6 characters and
Wow.
form
Okay,
a
so
category
yeah,
team
like that
just
you
by
would
clearing the
have
panel
you would
missions.
have a good team.
The
Wow.
event will not only teach players
Wow,
how
wow,
to
wow.
play the game, but will
Gohan and
prepare you
Piccolo,
to become an
Krillin,
intermediate to
Yamcha,
advanced
Tien, and
player.
Chaozu. That's a very
These
good
changes
team.
will be
Let's hope
reflected
they are very
starting
good.
from this update.
Could this guy be getting a Super EZA? That would
Furthermore,
make sense.
we plan to improve the user interfaces related to the panel missions as well.
Okay.
Please check the in-game notice
They
for
will
more
change the
details.
way we see mission, and that's important.
In
To be honest,
preparation for
I'm
the
not a
upcoming
big fan of
10th
how you see
anniversary.
that.
We are taking this opportunity to implement this update for format players and those who are interested to play but feel like they can't catch up.
Okay.
If you know any friends or colleagues like that, please invite them to play.
Komatsu, do you
And
want
prepare
somebody
for
that
the
is a
10th
free-to-play
anniversary.
player or somebody to put
About
money on the
the
game?
updates in the 10th anniversary, we plan to include updates such as introducing new skills and improvements on game display.
On game display.
For
How
more
about we
details,
can see the
please wait
defense
a while for
that
the
we
10th
have
anniversary.
after the super attack?
Lastly, we'll give you info on what we plan to do for future summons
Okay.
normally use during campaigns.
That's important.
Up until now, we created measures so that new characters appeared in the Japanese version first, then the international version later. But now, we plan to unify these measures. We introduced a new summon format for the legendary summon held
That's
last
the-
October,
That's the PD
and now
system.
we'll be going over the upcoming update.
Okay.
I'll leave it to you, Ken.
Sure.
PD system
Here
in
it
the
is.
anniversary, please.
Seeing everyone's response, we discussed with the operation team and
Ooh.
eventually came to the conclusion that the Dokkan festivals
Wow.
held in usual
Wow,
campaigns
that's
will
huge.
also use the same format as the current legendary summon.
Will it be 1K?
Although
Wow,
the
wow, wow,
format
wow, wow,
itself
wow.
will be the same as the legendary summons, we would like to take this opportunity to explain it
Wow,
once
so
again.
that would be 1K.
Take a look at this slide.
1K stones and you have the
As
main
introduced
character.
in the
Wow.
past, this is the guarantee system. Starting from the upcoming summon,
and then
you're
7 round
guaranteed
only guaranteed to recruit
a
the
featured
feature for every
character
3. Wow,
for
that's
usual Dokkan
huge.
festivals
That's
held
huge. So
simultaneously
let
in
me just pause this. This is very important. So a large scale campaign. Okay. So okay, so they are excluding Worldwide Celebration campaign. As you know, Worldwide Celebration had a very different PD system. We will see if they talk about what kind of PD system we will have on the large scale campaign. So the main events of the year worldwide, anniversary, thank you celebration, Saiyan Day, and dual Dokkan Festival are excluded. Okay, so that those will have, like, I hope they have a PD system. Everybody was whining about the PD system for the worldwide celebration, and although it is not as good as this one, obviously, it is better to not having at all. I think I made a video about that and I showed you my case. It was like very good. This worldwide celebration was very good, and the PD system was part of how good it was for me. But so now what you will have is that in the Dokkan Festival coins, so the normal Dokkan Fest that we'll have during the year, firstly, very important, so point number 2, for 7 round only, you will have a guaranteed feature for every 3 molten summon. We saw that, and that's very, very good. 7 rounds is a lot. By the way, you will be guaranteed to recruit a feature character for every 3 summons. So you will do 1 summon, the second summon, then on the 3rd summon you will get a guaranteed feature character for 7 rounds, which will amount to 1,050 stones if there's no discounts. So that would mean that at that point, if you don't get that with those 7 rounds, then you would be able to recruit PD system, although it could be sooner than that, because if you have some of the unit already rainbow, you can exchange those rainbow units for those PD coins, and so you can get it sooner than that. That would be very, very good. This will not be available during Worldwide Celebration, Anniversary, Dokkan Thank You, Saiyan Day, and Dual Dokkan Festival. They are excluded. We will see. It didn't mention about what it would happen in those celebration. My take with that, it would be at least what we got in during Worldwide Celebration. I think that if they don't do that, that will be a bad option. They want us to be pumped for the 10th anniversary. Maybe it's even a little bit better. So I'm pretty sure it will not be 1,000, but instead of 2,500, maybe 2,000. We will see. I think that less than that, I think, will not happen. In my opinion, I think it will stay the same, and we will see about that. So that's very good. They didn't. So in terms of, let me see, where was the? So okay, I was looking for these points. So the main points are, so they talked a little bit about the changing format. We already saw, we saw that, we talk about that, we talk about that. This, obviously, we still don't know what it is. About new skill added, we will see. That will be, namely, we'll have information. And also, very important, so the confirmation that although Super Dragon Ball Heroes have stopped, we will have the crossover campaign. Maybe this is the year where we got an LR. That would be very, very cool. And then we will have, by the end of the year, as usual, Carnival, and then we will go on to 10th anniversary. And so, very important aspect of this video that they gave us, this letter produced, they talked about the EZA of those 2 units. There was a lot of discussion. Maybe those guys could get their EZA. Maybe you could have been LR Int Goku from Namek. Maybe AGL LR AGL Frieza, full power Frieza from Namek Saga. I guess maybe they are keeping them to a new year. That could be also very good. Or maybe to 10th anniversary, although in my opinion 10th anniversary should be Fusion, but that's just my take on it. We will see. And so let's now talk a little bit about those guys' EZA. So the first thing I would like to show you guys is, for example, regarding LR Attack, Goku and Vegeta that fused into Gogeta. Just look at their 200% leader. So those are very, very, very good teams. This team is very good, this team is very good, this team is very good. Those teams, by the way, could be getting their EZA during the 10th anniversary. That is very, very likely. Obviously, those teams here are not as good as they used to be, but okay, this guy is still good. And obviously, 3 of the main unit from 9th anniversary and Worldwide Celebration. Now I will need to think a little bit about what I'm going to do. I just finished the world tour of these guys, and I was considering to do the world tour of Broly. Maybe I will, maybe using Janemba. We will see how good he is, and maybe when I come back to these guys or this guy, then at that point I will use. Although I'm not sure I'm going to be willing to wait so much time to use this new Gogeta. So this was how he was before his EZA. Some issues in this form. It was not very good. For example, it just had a high chance to change Key Sphere to Rainbow, which is not very good, a 50% chance. Key plus 2 in addition, and medium chance of launching an addition. So very bare bone, damage reduction of 30%, very bare bone in terms of the unit. So shout out to Minato. Let's see how they change the passive. So leader skill will be time limit or connected hope, key plus 3 attack and defense plus 180%. Okay, so they will, oh wow, they will stack attack at 30%, and they will greatly raise defense for 1 turn. What did they have? Wow, okay, so that's a lot better. As you know, STR, Goku, and Vegeta that fuse into Vegeto, they raise defense, so they stack defense, and these guys will stack attack. That's very, very cool, and cause colossal damage to the enemy. And they will greatly raise attack, so that's a 50% stacking for the 18 key. Greatly raise defense also. That's okay. So is 50% also, and 50% here. Okay, for 1 turn, and cause mega colossal damage to the enemy. So key plus 2, attack and defense plus 200%. They were at 120, so that's already a plus here. Attack and defense plus 50% when performing a super attack. They didn't have that. This is a multiplicative buff. Very, very good. Wow, reduced damage by 40%. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Change Rainbow. Okay, so now it's unconditional changing of a random type of Key Sphere to Rainbow Key Sphere. And they will get key plus 2 per Key Sphere obtained. Per Rainbow. Key plus 2. Plus 3. No. This they already have, okay. So they will get 3 key per Rainbow Key. That's very good. They will launch an additional attack which has a great chance to become a super attack. So that's very good. Very good mainly because it will proc your hidden potential, so that's very good. There will be an attack plus 50%, and they will launch an additional super attack with A-Rim 1. Wow. Okay, so with luck you could do up to 4 super attacks immediately turn 1. Okay, that's very, very good, and you will be stacking. Okay. Attack and defense plus 50% and reduce the damage received by 20%, so that's 60% damage reduction for 1 turn from the character's first appearance. So when they will arrive, or when HP 70% or below at the start of turn. Okay. Wow, wow. Okay, so they are very good. I wouldn't say that, so I imagine you want to transform with them into Gogeta, but very, very good. I like that. So you can have you have a lot of damage reduction. You have 60% at the first turn, then 40 for that from that point. You will have Rainbow Key, which is very important on this team, and you can launch up to 4 super attacks. Each one of them will, the first one will greatly raise attack if you are at the 18 key, and then each one of them can stack also attack, and that will obviously add up to where you transform into this guy. I really like this art. I really like this attack of this guy. So let's see his passive. Let me remind me about how he was. So the condition to change to exchange will not change. Can be activated when HP is 70% or more, starting from 4th turn from the start of bar. Sometimes that could be challenging. That's why this guy normally works very good with this guy over here, because those guys need to be below, and if you transform with them, they will regain HP, and then you can transform with them. So there are a very good rotation. I'm not sure this guy is still usual. You can use it in some of the more difficult event. So starting from the 4th turn, so most of the time what I was using this guy was to, if he turns on turn 1, I would float him so he could be transformed on the next appearance. We will see if that will be the same. So by the way, let me see what he did. Okay. Okay, raising attack for 1 turn, raising attack for 1 turn, lower attack and defense. As you know, some of the events you can do that, so that's very good. You recover 30%. Great chance of performing a critical hit. Let's see what they change in him. So he will recover the same 30%, key plus 5, important, attack and defense plus 200%, and he will have a multiplicative buff. Wow, he crits, guaranteed crits. Here it was a great chance to crit, 70%, now it crits. Okay, he will keep the reduced damage received by 40%, that's very good. Change, okay, now at that point he will have 4 key per rainbow key sphere update, that's very good. Attack plus 77%, launch an additional super attack, and guard with a, wow. So that will be obviously very easy to obtain. So with 1 rainbow key, which is he will be providing them, you will get 77% more attack, you will launch a guaranteed super attack, and you will guard with 40% damage reduction. Wow! And so when he transforms, and for 5 turns, so that will be, if you keep him on rotation, that will be 3 occasions, he will get 40% damage reduction more. So we are talking about 80% damage until attacking. Okay, so slot 1, but okay. And he foresees, so that's very important because you will see where the super attack is. And okay, that's very good. Okay. Still attacking, obviously I would prefer not to have this, but it is very good either way. And you will obviously launch the additional, and you will guard with a rainbow, so that's very good. So when an enemy is hit by the character super attack, it will nullify an arm direct at the character from that enemy for the duration of the turn. And high chance of evading an enemy attack when receiving a super attack. Wow! And he dodges. 50% chance to dodge. Wow, this guy is very, very good. Wow. I mean, this isn't it as good as the best unit in the game currently? Okay, we will have to use it, but first impression are very, very good. I'm trying to don't get ahead of myself in terms of, because I like this character so much, so I want him to be super good, but I feel like this guy is very, very, very good. Okay, on to Janemba. So Janemba will be on the 2 new teams that we got during Worldwide Celebration and the 9th anniversary team. This team I think is okay-ish compared to the other ones, okay, also with this guy, which he will, if I'm not mistaken, he will be very good as a rotation. Let me just check, but obviously the villain team just getting better and better and better. Let me see who he links. Okay, this guy. Oh, nice. I like this. Okay, and here it is. Okay, so 4 links. That's very good. Okay. So that could be a rotation, a powerful rotation. So we didn't have too much attack and defense. Guard or attack as the first or second. He will increase his stats of attack, defense, and key when he's the second or third, and he has a high chance. Okay, so let's see how does this evolve. So corroded body and mind in movie boss category, key plus 4 and attack and defense plus 170%. That's a very good team, by the way. Very, very good team. So he will raise his attack and defense for 1 turn, 30%, cause colossal damage to the enemy, and grade lower defense. Okay, I would prefer to lower attack, but it is what it is. And he will greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn with his 18 key, 50%, cause mega colossal damage to the enemy, and massively lowers defense. Okay, so key plus 6, attack and defense plus 160%, 66%. So a lot of key, not too high in terms of the attack and defense, but a lot of key. He will guard. Nice unconditional guard. Yeah, not just if you are on first or second turn, so you can be on third and you will be guarding. Yeah. a lot of things that were like great chances and first slot, second slot, I've been chancing to be like you got them, and that's very good. So guard, damage reduction received by 22%, that's very good. So damage reduction of 22% plus guard is very good. He will launch an additional attack which has a great chance to become a super attack for one turn. Okay, so here you have a 70% chance, so he will launch a guaranteed additional with 70% chance to be a super on his first appearance, and then he will raise his key, his attack and his defense, and the chance to perform a crit with each attack performed. Okay, so you would do 3 attacks, and you would have that. So the first one would be this. You could have this one already 2. Okay. So first of all, you would have that only if you are on second, third, or third slot, and didn't have the crit. So that's very good. Okay. So, when you have 22 key or more, you will get a boost on your attack. He will reduce his damage received by 22% when he's positioned in the first or second slot. So at that time, you would like to put him before the EZA, it was like second and third slot first, so you could get that. Now you get this in all of the position. Here you will get more damage reduction if you keep him on rotation. He will launch an additional attack with a great chance to become a super attack, so another 70% chance if you are on the second or third attack in the turn. Okay, so that means that if you are like slot 2, before you build that up, I would say that would be the best position to be. He will have a great chance of nullifying Ki Blast super attack directing at him, and he will have a high chance, also 50% chance to dodge when receiving super attack. Okay, so as we got on Gogeta, very good. Okay, it seems also to be very good. So then let me remind you, have a rage mode. With this rage mode, he will change all key sphere into physical. So you will get key +2 per key sphere obtained. I think that will be enough to be at 24 key. And attack plus 16% per key sphere obtained. Let's do the calculation. So if we get him 24 key, that will be 384 attack. Guaranteed crit, by the way. He will greatly raise attack temporarily, and he will perform a crit with the 18 or the 12. So that could be a reasoning. I think that this guy normally should be like a defensive unit, so you could think about dodge. I think crit will not make any sense, but also additional might be an idea, although here we can see that he'll have a lot of occasion to proc his additional, so I wouldn't recommend to go like all additional. Crit I don't think he needs because of this 66%, but he also already have a nice chance to dodge, so that's we will see. Maybe defensive equip, we will see. We know there will be EX skill orbs specific to those two characters. Normally those EX skill orbs are more towards attack. I can imagine, for example, of a gold equipped or a bronze equipped with 4 additional and 4 crit. I'm not sure that will be the best equip for them. We will see about what we will understand. So regarding their stats, shout out to Iron Fist Danny. So I think that those calculations should be fairly okay. So in terms of starting by physical Janemba, with his first attack performed, so by the way, as usual, 200% team, rainbow and all link are active and at level 10. So physical Janemba, first attack performed is 24 key, will be at 12 million, is 12 key at 4 million, is 18 key at 6 million. Fully stacked, so after the 3 super attacks, he will be at 24, so that's the double, very good. 10 for the 12 key and 16 for the 18 key. His rage mode, 24 key after picking every orb on the field, that's 19 million. Wow, that's cool. And in terms of defensive stat, first attack perform, he will be at almost 700, and fully stacked after 18 key, he will be over 1 million, with, as we discussed, with a lot of damage reduction, guarding with dodge. That's very, very good. So TEQ Gogeta. So when they are, before they fuse, 12 will be at 6 million, 24 will be at 11 million, after Rainbow Key Sphere 7 million, 13 million, nice. And after Key Sphere on the first turn they have more, 8.6, 15.2, so, and very good, I would say. When you are in Gogeta transformation, so that will be that must be 18 million, is it? Yes, it is. There's the comma is not on the right place, so that's 18 million on the 24 key, 10 millions on the 12. After collecting a Rainbow Key Sphere, which I think you will, we are already at almost at 22 million, and the 12 key at 12. I'm not sure if this is. Okay. This is when, let's say, for example, you did before in base, before you transform, you did 3 18 key. Okay, so you keep them 3 times before transformation, and 6 12 key. So at that point, Gogeta will be doing 30 million, 30 million on his 24 key and 18.7 on his 12 key. Do you think that's good? Wow. And by that point, he will be doing his 24 key. He will launch an additional, because you will have a Rainbow Key. And you would have, is it just one? So maybe additional. Maybe this guy could get an additional. That could make a little bit sense, I guess. Defense, based after 2 super, 657, based on his first turn after, so a little bit higher, 767. Gogeta after 2 super, almost 1 million. Gogeta after 2 super, after an 18 key on the previous turn, he will get to 1.2. And remember, here, and so he will have damage reduction by 40%. That's very God, wow. Okay, so Minna, I really think they are quite special. They are very, very, very good. Okay, I think they are very, very good. I'm really, really pleased with what they did with them. I think they are very, very good. So that's a very, very cool 2 character that we'll be able to use. So I will be thinking about what to do next after they get their EZA. By the way, I think this is on October 1st, so we are a couple of days away from their EZA. Let me remind you that we will have a new event for the memorable battle against them, so we will be able to win EX Kill Orbs. I hope that those events are tough, because we have not seen a lot of tough events during the worldwide celebration. In my opinion, that was the part of the celebration that was lacking in terms of character. They are very strong, so I would say that now we are having characters that are stronger, a lot stronger than the events, and so we need difficult events, long events. We like those long events. Please give us more of that. But I am very pleased with what they did with my boy Gogeta and with Janemba. This information is very, very good, obviously. So Minna, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. That will be highly appreciated. And I will see you all in the next one.